Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bin Podcast. My name is Shorten, and as always, I am joined by Brenna, Wayne, and Mikey. It's Bin's Day, children. What the fuck? Like, we actually had a retweet last time. Like, why did nobody tell me Bin's Day was a thing? We've been saying this for what? A year and a half?
Yep.
It's been there.
And still haven't caught on. I don't get it. But it's Bin's Day. Children, turn on your tellies, put in your headphones. It's time to talk about things.
I was going to say, just relax, get into those PJs.
Deactivate your airbags.
Pour yourself a glass of something sweet.
Well, great segue. So Brenna just gave us a great segue. Brenna, what are you drinking? Something sweet, I'll bet.
Nothing. It's at 4 a.m. this morning. I woke up to watch the men's curling semifinals, U.S. versus Scotland. Yes, I said that, Scotland. And for whether or not they're going to the gold medal match or the bronze medal match, the Scottish team ended up beating the U.S. And so we're going to... So at around 6:30 in the morning, because it was 4 o'clock in the morning to 6:30 in the morning, I went back to bed and woke up at around probably around 10 o'clock. So I had some coffee, and that's about as much as I can handle right now. I haven't even had anything to eat. But the bronze medal match, my time will be 10 p.m. tonight. In case anybody was going to watch, it's going to be U.S. versus Canada.
Oh.
So wait a second. Who's in the gold medal match?
Scotland
and
Norway.
Sweden.
Is Sweden really?
Norway failed. Yeah, Norway failed a long time ago.
Really?
Sweden versus Great Britain. So they're going to be in the gold medal match. And as I said last week, Nicholas Eden is one of the best curlers in the world, and he skips the Swedish men's curling team. So I have high hopes for Sweden.
Okay. I had a question for Brenna, but she sort of answered it already because we know she has nothing to eat and she hasn't had a drink. So are we gonna have like the blood sugar red Sonia version of Brenna? But every time we try to interrupt her, she just raised her voice. She's like, "No, boys, I'm not having any of it." So you sort of answered my question already. We know that Brenna is gonna be full on tonight. Love it. Not taking any shit from boys tonight, are you? So
it's not a healthy fear. It's an actual fear.
There is fear involved.
It's a tangible fear that if we disrupt Brenna when she's mid-flow, that there's every chance she might turn up on our doorstep. You know, just doing that head down, the hair down, and then you're done.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, there's that alternative for you. Sorry about that.
So
I'll move you to the carpet right now, and I just realized my fucking mic was muted. God damn it. I didn't say anything, I don't think.
And Shartan is frozen, by the way. Does anybody else recognize this?
Yeah.
It's not moving. Oh.
It looks like a really shit Mona Lisa.
But I'm just wondering how every time the BJ specialists see me post something, it does not matter what I post about. I shared a clip of how my dog used to be afraid to go into my closet because I put 2 bodyguards, aka a vacuum cleaner and a pot, and he was afraid of them, and he wouldn't go in my closet and chew up my shit. He fucking ruined one of my hats, fucking chewing on it because he thought it was great. But they use everything I post as a means, as a tool to steal my wife away from me. And it's problematic, I should say. That's not.
No,
I
it's
saw
not.
this. I saw
It's
this,
perfectly
and
normal, Mikey.
No,
Just accept it. Just accept.
No, but
You
I
had
saw
your
this.
chance.
No, but I saw this, and I thought, yeah, that's fair. I would leave Mikey for those two as well. So
I get that, but that doesn't help me.
Are Brenna and Jenna instigating Order 66 on you? They
are, and then what's going to end up happening is it's going to flip around on me, and then exactly that way. That's exactly what they're doing.
So, what you need to do to get any background on this is join patreon.com/TheBinPodcast and listen to the BJ Specialist, and then you will actually know what we're talking about. But since you're a cheap scout and you actually don't pay and you're a fucking freeloader, you listen to this shit for free, you will never fucking know. You will never fucking know. Fuck you.
Little.
Wow.
Maybe a little heavy-handed. Maybe.
Wow.
It's your turn. This ain't no BDSM site. All right? we don't want to spit in people's mouths and say like us.
Well, and fix your fucking camera, mate. You're fucking frozen still.
Yeah.
What's wrong with my?
You're frozen.
You're frozen.
You look like you're trying to sneak a fart out in a fucking business meeting. There you go.
There we go.
There we go. Am I back? On my fucking Skype thingy, it fucking works.
Now you're a reanimated corpse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reanimated corpse.
No.
Dude, come on.
Hello, Tim.
Here I am sitting in a hotel room wearing a $75 Dickies shirt, most ridiculous fucking expensive jeans that are fucking so uncomfortable and squeezing in places that jeans shouldn't be squeezing, but they were very expensive.
Okay. You're oversharing again.
Okay.
And my fiance likes them.
Right. Gotcha.
Right now, I am.
Bring it back. Come back home. Come back home to us.
And if you want to hear any more, all right, fuck it. All right. So, as I advertised before we started this, Nostra fucking Mikey's made a prediction.
Yeah, what'd I do?
So here's the deal. I haven't told anybody about this, but do you remember when we talked about the Swedish organization that was trying to implicate porn filters in schools and all that?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a fun one.
Yeah, you remember that, right?
Damn you, IKEA.
All right. So a little bit of an update. It's something called the inheritance fund in Sweden. So if you die and you don't have any heirs, it goes into a fund, and then that fund gives it out to organizations that does something good for the community, and you can search for it. They got 8.2 million Swedish krona. That is about $820,000 from that fund.
Okay.
Here's the deal, though. For them to get those funds, they have to give out an actual application. They have to give out stuff, and now it's public property.
Still
now people. No. Wait. So when I told you about this organization, Mikey, do you remember your first reaction?
No. I was really trying hard to remember. I don't remember.
This is some Christian new evangelical fucking bullshit.
I said that?
Yes.
Sounds like me.
Yes.
I think it's me.
I can believe that. I can believe I said that.
No. It's you have to go back. I think it's episode 48 or 49. It's called something with porn in the title.
The porn cast.
Yeah, And it also has more than one reference to my cut off penis that has been.
Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That's why we can't remember it.
Yeah.
HR.
No, but here's the deal. So it turns out there's two people, a man and a wife, behind this organization.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that they have tried to hide their affiliation with a certain evangelical church? Mikey, you were right. They are a part of what fuck is it called? Hill House?
Okay.
Just give me a second. I had to put my phone on charge because I am going on 4G. It's called.
Mikey right now is like that geezer from our favourite Idris Elba sketch. But I don't have cancer.
Fuck me, I'm amazing.
Let,
Can't get the viewer count to work. Don't know.
Don't know.
Broke it.
Don't know.
So, all right.
Simulating audio.
Give me a second. Hillsong, it's called. Yeah. So Hillsong is called like the hipster new evangelical church. They have, like reverends that have, tattoos, and they are cool and hip, and everything is, right and dandy. Yeah, of course they do.
They sit in their chair backwards in the youth group.
Yes.
Spin around. Hey guys, I just want to talk to you, like,
Here, let me
It's one
get
of
my
the guys.
guitar.
Yeah, you guys like acoustic guitar? I could teach you. It's really easy.
Just guitar.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No. So here's the deal.
Oh God, Mikey, do not hurt yourself.
As I die on screen.
No,
Just fall
so here's-
over.
On
So
my hips.
this organization who has been promoting porn filters, or all of this, they applied for this, but because they applied for this, all of the documents that they filed has become public property, and
Public
you can
record,
see
yeah.
everything is part of public record, which basically means that, so to have non-profit like this, you have to have two people to start it, right?
Okay.
They do not have a co-signer. They have just one officiary for this. So what did they do when they signed for their application to get this money?
They lied.
No, he signed it twice.
Oh.
How are they gonna know? How could they
Yeah.
tell?
And of course, this is a man and a wife, Emmanuel and Elsa. They both have the initials EL, right?
Oh God.
And it just keeps on building. So, but what I wanted to say is, Mikey, you were wrong. You were right. This was a new and evangelical fucking bullshit. It's part of a Christian, scheme to, just
Suck up money.
suck up money, but also shame people into not watching porn for all the wrong reasons, right?
Right.
And we talked about this. I wanted to talk about this a lot more because, one of my favorite things in the world is porn, and I want to talk about it all the time. Not that way, the other way, where I'm actually interested in, in the I'm not going to get out of this in a good way.
Nope.
Yeah. No.
Rule number 1: put down the shovel.
Yeah. That is getting really deep by now. But you know what I but you know what I mean. The point I'm trying to make is there is ways to do this. The way that they're going about it is about shaming people into something that is just inherently fucking wrong. And porn is not a new thing. It's been around for decades and decades and centuries and centuries.
Yep.
There's always been a fucking stash of porn hidden in a forest behind someone's house.
I want to know who
Always.
does that. Who is the person back in the 80s that used to put magazines in bushes?
Hey, it's just a benevolent angel from above. That's all I can really say, man. Just dropped him off.
Yes. So porn is not a new thing. It's just evolved like everything fucking else in the fucking world. But yeah. So Mikey, well done. They were Christian fucking douchebags, and you fucking called it. Even if I said no, I don't think they have any affiliation with the church. It turns out now that it's all part of public record.
Got him.
Nice.
There.
Nice.
Got it. Do you think they will have to return the money?
Yeah, that would be the right thing to do, right?
Yeah, they don't.
Of course not. Of course not.
Convenient.
No. So even the leader from this fund goes out and he gets asked questions, and I'll read it to you. And this is again live translating, right?
Okay.
Buckle up.
Buckle up.
Here we go.
All right.
In we go.
So,
Going in.
Hurdy-gurdy's Middle Earth coming in.
yeah, give me a second. Give me a second.
Now this is a
This-
story all about
Yeah.
how.
Fuck off. I am actually trying to concentrate on doing something. Can you just give me? All right, I'm going to live translate something. If you want to translate it instead of me, I'll send
Everyone,
it to you.
everyone, find your center. Find your center.
All right. So the State Media Council actually
Penis.
advises using filters. The answer for the representative of this advisory board says, "Oh, well, that's possible, but there's different views on this. There are probably different groups. The State Media Council is talking about studies that are 11 to 18 years old. This project focuses on kids 6 to 12 years old. The most of these filters are considered to take away too much, even vital information. Yes, that I cannot answer. There's probably very hard to create these. That's why it's very important that it's a part of the education in the project. You have to compensate the flaws." The journalist then says, "I'm sorry, but that sounds absolutely twisted." Okay, yeah, but that's, and then he answers and he says, "That's what this organization wants to do, compensate the flaws." The journalist says, "They are talking about protecting children from getting into a porn addiction. That's not an existing diagnosis. Did you note that? We do not have a position on that subject." But you don't have to, because psychiatry has already had a position on that, and it's not a diagnosis. Well, yes, but no, that has not been weighed in. We have many projects that does not have anything to do with diagnosis. You can want to protect children for many different causes. One of those examples is protection from violence. What is he answering there? So the answer is there's not anything that supports the fact that you can get addicted to porn. And he's answering a question about violence.
So he's basically sort of conflating two different sets of anecdotal data to come to a conclusion that is not really specific to what he's asking.
Yeah, right. So let's do the first. This is the first question. Again, I'm going to repeat this. First, journalist ask, porn-free childhood is talking about protecting children from having a porn addiction. That is not an existing diagnosis. Did you know this? he answers, "We have no position in that."
So how can you how,
You're
how
paying
can
the
you
Okay.
money
how,
for.
how can how can you try and make a point about something you do not have a standpoint on?
Okay, and then the journalist is quite clever. He says, "Well, you don't have to because psychiatry has already had, made its position clear on this, so you don't have to." This is his answer. Yes, no, that has not been weighed in. We have many projects that does not uh, warrant diagnosis. You could want to protect children from many different things. One example might be protection from violence. How is that an answer to
A thing
porn
about porn
addiction
filters.
questions
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
that
porn
doesn't make any
addiction?
sense.
He's doing the old Gish Gallop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
No, but he's also doing this thing where he says, if you are against this organization,
You want violence against children.
Mm-hmm.
you want children to watch porn.
Yeah. It's classic whataboutery, really.
Mhm.
Because it's
What about
just
our
like
emails?
exactly.
What are
So
emails?
if you allow this to go, you want kids to get beaten up. Oh.
Yes, yes.
Porn
I mean,
equals violence.
and it's just infuriating reading this, and now it's in print because that's what even these people are doing who are giving out these funds. Is he's like, well, if you're against this, you don't want to protect children.
Mm.
I don't think that anybody in the entire world wants 6 to 12-year-olds to, be exposed to porn involuntarily.
Dude, I don't want my recently turned 7-year-old exposed to our podcast with our language.
Exactly.
And Sienna, if you watch this when you're of age, happy birthday.
Yeah, she's right like this. Oh, for fuck's sake, Dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but by the time she's old enough to watch the show, she'll have like a motorcycle, a nose ring, leather jacket, fucking pack of Lucky
No.
Strikes rolled up, and she's gonna be a total rebel.
She'll have her own podcast, which will be
Right.
documenting our one.
Yeah. Let's review this
Look where they
one.
fucked up.
No.
Yo, as soon as she does that shit, I'm fucking blocking it on YouTube. I'm copyright striking her, and I'm getting her channel taken down. She will not. I will go the legal route and get her ass.
Calm down, Crowder.
Mikey,
I will get
Mikey,
her out of here.
Mikey,
Yes.
if any of these things happen with, the Harley and the Lucky Strikes and all that, I'm happy to adopt her.
Yeah. That is.
I am.
A road dog.
Yeah.
I am claiming full responsibility on this.
I'll be like, fuck this shit. You deal with it.
And then he's just in court and is like, all right,
What do you decide?
Wayne and his missus have split up and we're going to discuss the custody battle. And then there's Jartan standing there in a fucking suit that's too small. It's like, what are you doing here? Well, I heard she likes motorcycles. I just thought I could be of assistance. Sarah, how did you get in here?
I got a pack of Lucky Strikes.
He's gonna turn up in one of them like 70s
No.
brown suits with a big
Yes.
the
Yes.
ankles are too high up. He's got white socks on.
He's got the Napoleon
No.
Dynamite brown suit on.
No. By the time we get
tuxedo.
there, the brown suit is going to be back on. I'm going to be looking stupid as shit. I'm going to be looking like a bulldog on his rear legs with my skinny jeans and my
It's all puffy in the wrong spots.
trying to hide my prostate in my skinny jeans.
Oh,
you know?
God.
And this is why I don't let her watch our channel.
HR.
No, so here's the entire fucking thing. If you ever make anything, if you ever make a fucking argument, make sure that your argument isn't just, if you're against us, you have to be all the way on the far end, right? There are degrees of everything. This organization, which Mikey called out as a Christian new evangelical organization 6 months ago, just turned out to be.
Dude, stop blowing smoke up his ass. He'd be
No,
fucking insufferable.
No, here's the deal. Fucking, he called.
Mikey's like, and I'm out. Good to see you guys.
All he knew about this organization was what I've told him from actually sitting there and translating things live on our goddamn podcast.
By the way, kudos for Live Translate, because I know that the language and the cadence and the syntax is totally different when it comes to translating to English. So well done on that, man.
Jesus. Yeah, thank you. So,
or what you've just proved is that I can read Swedish this entire time.
No, I'm not. No, fuck you.
One of these two things is true.
You've had one.
Oh, okay. No, I'm cool with it. Så allihopa, välkomna till TheBinPodcast. Det var väldigt trevligt att ni skulle komma hit. Jag lämnar nu ordet över till Mikey som nu ska berätta vad vi ska prata om härifrån. Varsågod, Mikey.
Sweden, Norway, Sweden.
IKEA Volvo.
IKEA Volvo, Sweden. And Sweden.
Fermented shark.
The only thing I know in Swedish is vashera, and it's Norwegian.
There you go.
No, you got one more thing. Score.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. I'm just gonna be typical English and just say cheers, pricks.
It's so funny because like I think it wasn't Charles. I think it was I was talking to the missus and I was like Vashera. He's like, that's Norwegian, you idiot. I was like, God damn it, I don't know the difference. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Racist.
Oh.
It's like all right. It's like all right. Say hello to them. They speak Spanish. Bonjour. Damn it, Mikey.
Like, Mikey, you're off.
You missed, motherfucker. You missed. Wrong country.
No fuss.
Like, you would be the worst traveler companion ever. It's like you go to Japan and you're like, una pesa, por favor. No, it was Kampai, you idiot.
You know what? I remember this one time on one of our family holidays a couple of years ago. I was talking to a guy from Atlanta. No, he wasn't from Atlanta. He was from just outside of Barcelona. He didn't speak a word of English. And I was using Google Translate. I was writing in the words and then saying in Spanish and like throwing my phone in his face. And then he was doing the same back to me. And it was like, oh, universal communicator.
Yeah, there you go.
Are you saying that Atlanta and Barcelona are confusable?
No,
Atlanta in Spain?
Atalanta in Spain.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
I was like, bro, you got Georgia and Europe confused? Hell no. You would know if them motherfuckers from Georgia. I tell you what, buddy, you know right from the get, as soon as he started talking, what kind of country he was from. And it definitely wasn't no damn
To be fair, I probably would have needed Google Translate in Atlanta as well.
Yeah.
For sure. Atalanta or Atlanta. It translates both. It really does everything.
It is a universal translator.
Exactly. Ever since I watched that episode of the Top Gear special where they went to South America, or the southern states of America.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, that was like, whoa, that's a weird country.
That's not even that bad. Like that was pretty tame. Like I need subtitles for motherfuckers from Manchester. You'd need subtitles for us.
They did that. They did that back in the 90s when Oasis were massive. They were putting like Noel and Liam Gallagher on the telly, and they were doing like fancy subtitles. You know, where they come in and they fade out and they pop everywhere to try and hide the fact that we can't understand these cunts.
No one knows what they're saying. I think they're trying to communicate with us through a system of clicks and whistles.
All they're doing is this nasal one. Kid.
That's it.
Something about a gerbil and Richard Gere. I don't want to know anymore.
What is Manchester City, precious?
Well, speaking of precious, let's do a hard segue into Brenna's topic.
It's all our topics, really. Nope.
Yours no.
Okay. I'd like to congratulate the LA Rams for winning the Super Bowl.
Bum, 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 bum.
So that was awesome to watch that.
So
the Rams
the
are
Super Bowl, what is that like? Soup eating competition?
set up.
No, it's more money for Stan Kroenke not to spend on Arsenal Football Club. That is
And
it.
I also want to say congratulations to Dr. Dre doing an awesome halftime show performance, including some classics. Forgot About Dre and of course California Love. It was great. Eminem took a knee.
Yes.
Which pissed off so many people, and it was
I
fantastic.
love Eminem for that.
50 Cent went live inverted.
It was that shocked the hell out of me.
Thank you.
But I could see that.
Thank you, COVID. Thank you, all of this Zoom meeting, StreamYard meeting. I'm like, oh, he's got a fucking. I'm over here like, oh, someone's got their camera upside down. Oh, this motherfucker's hanging. Oh. It's like, oh, you got it inverted, bro. You got to turn it.
He sang upside down. Like, how do you?
Do you think he watched Top Gun beforehand and he was just getting that Goose Maverick thing?
Exactly. It's like, this is a good place. I like this place. Very cozy.
It wouldn't have been me. Could you imagine if he had fallen? Oh my God, the laughter.
And he's not
died.
a small person. He's not a tiny guy.
If he would have crumpled on his giant walnut head, oh my, I don't want him to get hurt, but it would have just been funny. Like when your friend falls up the stairs, like that shit is always funny to me, and I will always laugh because you're not gonna get hurt. If he would have just like whoop whoop and then like fell off of that bitch, oh, greatest Super Bowl halftime show ever. If someone falls.
But props to him for being inverted and being able to spit bars as
Speaking
well.
of falling.
'Cause I'm free.
Speaking of falling. Yeah, did you guys... Woohoo. 1-2 punch. So, I believe it was last week where we talked about the 15-year-old Russian figure skater who... was in the process of deciding whether or not she was going to compete due to her positive drug test.
Do we know what drug it is?
Positive. Yes. It is a heart medication. I actually had it at one point in my life.
You were taking drugs?
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Taking illicit drugs.
Illicit drugs.
Taking drugs from the mean streets.
Yeah, we've got your
we'll
sample here, Brenna.
We'll talk about another illicit drug pretty soon. Okay.
If you could just fill this up to the line and then slide it through and then turn the handle and it'll give the specimen to the assistant.
Trimetazidine. It is a banned heart treatment, which is, like I said last week, it is a very common way of doping in athletes is for medications such as heart medications, blood pressure medications, white blood cell count medications, one that you would give cancer patients after their treatments to bring their white blood cell count up. So these are very common.
What is it?
These are over the counter. Basically, these are what your doctor would give you, kind of thing. This is a prescription drug.
What does it do? I heard some like it's sort of like recovery, right? Like you can recover, you can bounce back that much back. You know what I mean? Like you can.
I believe this is I believe this is a stamina one, so it'll continue. Let's see.
Hey, you're a doctor.
Drug used to treat angina and other heart-related conditions. So yeah, so it would.
Jartan, you're a medic. What does that thing do?
We need a real doctor. Where's our doctor?
I am not a real doctor.
I'm a free man.
I do not have a license to practice medicine. You should never take medical advice from me under any circumstance.
I don't want medical advice, but what does that pill do?
It's usually used to suppress people who are in danger of having a heart attack.
At 15?
Yeah, that's
Right.
the side effects part. Where the side effects, well, the positives of it are you recover so good and it's good for all that stuff. So she's got like a fucking juiced up fucking cardiovascular
Yeah.
system now.
So
No. We first of all, we have to talk about the fact that have you seen the Russian flag in the Olympics? No,
That's
you
later.
haven't. No.
I thought that was the first thing that we were talking about, Mikey. That's the first
Oh yeah,
bullet point.
Russia, and the ROC. Sorry.
So let's kind of go through a tiny brief history about this. So I think we did it the last time. So the Rio Olympics, a whole lot of athletes were testing positive for various types of drugs, just like this one: heart medications, white blood cell count, stuff like that. So the IOC, the International Olympic Committee. International Olympic Committee.
Olympic Committee.
I'm an educator too. That we so they found out all these drugs were being used, and it was in this case primarily Russian athletes. So what they did was they said, "Hey, there's just way too many of you." For it to be like a single thing, like a one-off, one dude drinking a little too much steroids kind of thing.
Right.
And
Can you do
it
that?
was just it
If
was just
enough.
it was just a little too convenient, right? That there all these Russian athletes were taking these drugs. And so the IOC banned them and said, "No, you cannot come in. Russia, you are done." So apparently there was a little sort of communication between the Russian Olympic Committee, if that even is a thing, and their anti-doping shit, which is ridiculous, and the IOC. And what they came up with is that only the Russian athletes that tested clean, which was I think it ended up being like 50 or 70, something like that, which is in the Summer Olympics, the Russians would be at like 200 kind of thing.
And didn't they have to then compete as individuals and not as a representative of Russia?
I believe they didn't do that till the next Olympics, but you're right. So they changed so instead of allowing the Russians to compete for Russia, which means that the medal, the perks would go to Russia and their athletes. There would be no Russian national anthem. There would be no Russian flag. There would be no representation of Russia, even though the name of the group was the Russian Olympic Committee. Again, it's one of those weird things. So they've been allowed to compete under this weird Russian Olympic Committee flag with the Olympic national anthem playing if they win the gold. And then, of course, they don't get the financial benefits from it.
Do you win money for getting a gold medal?
Yeah. It's different per country because of how many people compete and how many gold medals. So it is more important to be one of those countries that doesn't usually get, you have a lot of people in it, and if you get a medal, it's a big deal.
Please forgive my ignorance, but I thought the whole purpose of the Olympics was it was all amateur sports people that went there. They changed it with regards to the tennis because I know like Andy Murray and people like that could then enter. But I thought the whole purpose of the Olympics was it was amateur sports people.
Yeah. No. And this is true. And when you were young, back in the 1820s, this was the case. But no, dude, come on.
When are you 40? When are you 40?
Okay. We're getting a little. This
not
this
about
is a
you
huge,
girls.
Okay,
You're both
this
pretty.
is a huge top. This is a huge topic, because it gets deeper and deeper than this. So, we have the Russian Olympic Committee still being able to compete. Last Winter Olympics, as I have said, the mixed doubles bronze medal winners was the Russian Olympic Committee. They lost their medal because the man, the male player who ended up testing positive for a very similar drug. It was a heart medication drug that helped continue keeping stamina because you were playing 2 games a day for about 2 hours, and you had to do your own sweeping, and those heart medications would benefit somebody playing in that situation. So they lost their medal, which apparently pissed off Russia, of course, naturally. But they still, and I believe actually they had another Russian athlete. I forgot about this one. There was another Russian athlete that tested positive, in like Alpine or something like that. So they're still competing. They're still allowed to compete. They came in for the last Summer Olympics, and then they're here again for this Olympics. So they're still competing under the Russian Olympic Committee. They are still drug tested, obviously, because we're all drug tested. All athletes are drug tested. But isn't it strange that the only ones that are actually being caught with these drugs are the Russian athletes?
Brenna, you seem to be kind of putting an angle out there. What could it be?
I'm only saying this because it just seems a little strange that at least the ones that are getting caught. Now, obviously, we all know that there are doping in athletes, but
what?
And come on.
Brenna, I'm a bit disappointed.
Let's take this back a little bit and just say that Russia's not the only ones. Russia's not the only ones that are doping. They're just the only ones getting caught.
There's no corkball behind you with a red string.
I'm just saying. You're telling me somebody would ingest a chemical for an advantage against their co-competitor? That just doesn't sound fair.
That's
dude.
Let's break this down.
No. It's very easy. Like, if we gave you, 2 edibles, a snowboard, and a Hershey bar at the end of the track, you would be the first guy down there.
That's fair enough. Like, if you told me you had like crunchy Cheetos down there, not the puffy ones, but the crunchy ones, and like some sunflower seeds, I'm down that fucking hill. I don't even know how to snowboard.
So
I'll just carry it over my head and just run.
Yeah. So why do you think that when the Canadian snowboarder got caught cheating in snowboarding, the only reason he won because all the advertisement were for treats and candy and shit at the end of the fucking half pipe. He was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna do a 780, 1080, and just I got the munchies."
Straight down.
Yeah. He does no tricks. He just
bullet train for it.
Japanese bullet train.
Just starts hugging the advertisement and licking it.
He crossed that finish line and was just like, dude.
Yeah, he didn't have performance enhancing drugs. He had the munchies. It's a difference.
All right, this segues into the next point, though.
No. And just let me have a second, because the most successful Norwegian cross country skier of all times, Therese Johaug, got caught cheating, and then she said it was just some lip balm that had blah 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 blah. And actually, if you had the levels that she had and you compete in the Tour de France, you would be kicked out.
Mm-hmm.
So
right?
one thing from the chat real quick, let me highlight this.
Hello,
Mr. Excremento. He says, I think we need an all the drugs league, and I'm kind of with that. I want to see home runs hit 700 feet. I want to see fucking people run the fucking 100-yard dash in like 4.5 seconds.
I
Like,
want to
I'm
see
up for that.
Monstars versus Monstars.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
would love to. You know what? I think there should be a place for that where people are consenting adults and they know that this is only a short-term thing. But it's not. But it's the asterisk league.
I
Yeah.
think I
I wanna
highlighted this
see-
last week because there in bodybuilding there is tested and untested competitions.
Like,
There's only one fucking branch I want to see this in. I want to see keg stand bobsleigh.
Okay, that's
So you have to do a keg stand before you get on the bobsleigh. So
no. Alcohol is not on the list of testable drugs. We're talking about performance enhancing.
I don't
Right.
care if we're and then I want to see cocaine. What do you call the thing where you
Spit out your words.
Yeah, hurdles. You know, when you jump over hurdles.
Okay.
Hurdling.
hurdles.
Yeah,
The hurdles.
yeah. Is that called hurdles?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to say cocaine hurdles. That would be fucking fantastic. So, you know, 10 guys in a suit and just like fucking 400-meter cocaine
Again,
hurdle.
you're going for recreational drugs. We're talking about performance enhancing drugs. Stay on topic, sir. But speaking of other drugs,
So
we've seen this before.
okay, so okay. So the Russian figure skater, the conclusion that they came up with was that she was allowed to compete in the individual competition because so that she could compete in the short program and then in the free skate if she moved on to the free skate. So, which to me is probably one of the worst possible things that could happen. This is really terrible. That one of the conclusions that they came up with was that because she was a minor, because she's 15, that she had like no say in taking the drugs. We're not stupid here.
Speak for yourself.
We are not stupid here. Russia has been. This is a state-sponsored doping scheme. Every single athlete knows when they are being
allegedly.
When they are being drugged. Let's pretend for 1 second. Let's pretend for 1 second. She didn't know. She was given.
Are we doing a thought experiment?
She was given this heart medication in her vitamin water. So every day that she would be taking this drug unknowably, and then continually so that she could compete. She would be at competition level. She still took the damn drug. It doesn't matter whether or not she knew about it, which, by the way, they all know about it.
Yeah, for sure.
You cannot take a heart medication and not know about it. That would be illegal if you were given it anyway. So she was taking an illegal substance illegally and sponsored by the adults or the people who are supposed to take care of her. She should have been out of this competition, hands down.
Yeah.
Should have been hands because she tested positive for a banned substance. Now, we know of somebody who also tested positive for a banned substance.
Yes, we do.
And we talked about this, ad nauseum.
Yes.
But let me kind of rehash this thing out. So, I believe it was this past Summer Olympics, correct?
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Sha'Carri Richardson, a runner.
She fast ass fucking runner.
Probably medal contention kind of thing.
That girl was twice as fast. That girl is twice as fast as me, and she's like 5'1". How her little legs are moving like that, I will never understand.
Dude,
Usain Bolt is like
Sienna,
six.
no,
Usain
Sienna's
Bolt is like.
twice as fast than you. Come on.
I'm pretty quick, man. I used
That's
to.
not
Yeah,
the
we
metric.
already talked about Sienna running circles around everybody. Anyway,
Sienna was double fast.
yeah.
So
So
defeated Wayne, just like
Richardson, according to this, Richardson tested positive for marijuana
the devil's lettuce.
on the 19th of June, quite a way ahead of the game. The summer games.
That wacky backy.
Exactly. Miss Richardson accepted a 1-month period of ineligibility, which began on June the 28th. So the reason why Miss Richardson smoked some pot was because her mother died, which to me is a big deal. And it's a way of people that cope with the issues like that. Anxiety, depression, sleep issues, eating problems. These are ways of coping. Like it's a drug that is used for coping. She then tested positive. And then she was not allowed to compete in the Olympics, even though she was slated to win. This is, when you compare these things, you're talking about a substance that is banned for a particular reason. Marijuana should not be banned. There's no reason for it to be banned. Is it banned? Yes. Does somebody who tests positive probably wouldn't compete because of that? Yes. It's stupid. And she decided that she was going to be out of it because why create more problems? But then we have this little Russian skater, 15-year-old, tested positive for a banned substance, an actual banned substance, a heart medication.
A performance enhancing drug.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And yet she was allowed to compete. This whole thing, this is when I get kind of emotional about this. This is a horrible precedent to set. Because now you are taking everybody who is clean, who worked their asses off, who went to practice at 5 a.m. in the morning, who missed out on family gatherings, doesn't have a social life, had to have a strict diet, probably injured themselves a few times and had to recover from that. You're talking about people who work their asses off. And this girl gets to compete because even though the performance enhancing drug, she tested positive for a performance enhancing drug. Positive. There was no question about it. They take 3 tests. They continued taking tests. She tested positive. So everybody who worked their asses off, it's a slap in their face.
Yep.
Agreed.
Spoiler alert, she got 4th place in the free skate. She didn't even get a medal. That doesn't mean anything. The fact that she was allowed to compete, now everybody else is competing, trying to compete against her. Instead of doing what is right and just enjoying themselves. Now they're out for blood. And what I truly loved, is that the NBC commenters on this are Tara Lipinski, gold medalist.
Yeah.
Johnny Weir, one of the greatest male skaters out there. They've been commenting on the Olympics for a long time. Even in Summer Olympics, they come on. Not a word from them during their performance. And they are, and Johnny Weir is fantastic at describing what we are seeing and how we are, like, how we feel. And the fact that they decided that they weren't even going to give it any air is highly important.
Troubling. That's troubling.
That when your fellow skaters don't believe in you, that is huge. And so I'm upset with this. Very upset. I don't watch the Olympics to watch cheaters.
Well,
I don't to watch cheaters.
Wait. I've been holding my breath for quite some time here because when it comes to the whole controversy with the black athlete from America who smoked weed, I think it's totally inappropriate unless there was, a Snickers bar at the end of the track. There was no reason for her to get banned like that. Like, marijuana is not a performance-enhancing drug. That out of the way, I'm not going to talk to that because I totally agree on that point. It's just ridiculous. But when you were talking about how you cannot know that you're taking these drugs, that is historically, emphatically untrue. We know about athletes from the DDR and the Soviet Union on their 70s and 80s that were injected with anabolic steroids that had their bodies absolutely destroyed from the time that they were 8, 9, 10 years old, put through training regimes that you wouldn't fucking believe, so that they would win honor, right, to their countries.
Right.
This is just kept on going, right? We all remember the mustache, hairy weightlifter back in 84 or what the fuck it was, right? Everybody remembered the pictures of the woman looking more like a man than any of the men in this room would ever look like. But
wow.
Oh, you guys got facial hair. Oh, yeah.
I got one right there.
I wish I had that. But
I'm just going to open a tin of beans with my bare hand.
But here's the deal. We're talking about a 15-year-old who is extremely talented, right? She is. You said there is no.
I'm sorry, I have to instruct. We don't know that.
And she stacked it 3 times in her final routine.
We don't know that. We don't know that she's extremely talented because she is on drugs. She's drugged. I'm sorry, but there is no comparison. If somebody is cheating, there is nothing there that can make me say that this person is talented. I'm sorry, that is ridiculous.
Are you serious right now? So you are saying,
Mikey, should we go to the pub? It's just.
Are you serious?
No, don't leave me alone with him. Don't leave me alone with him.
Are you serious? So you are saying that if you're doing drugs, your talent doesn't matter?
Yeah. She could be very talented. I don't know. She's doing quads.
Okay.
That's
No. It's not a magic potion. Yeah, but it's not a magic potion that takes, a mouse and makes it into a horse. It's performance enhancing. It's not performance magically appearing. Like, you do have to, like, there's no problem in acknowledging the fact that Lance Armstrong was an amazing fucking cyclist. Yes, he cheated himself into a lot of that stuff, but 99.9% of the people in the world can't do what Lance Armstrong did. even when he was off drugs. So saying that you don't know if she's talented is just mind-boggling. Yes, she might have. She, yes, you do know. She is incredibly talented in her film. Yes, somebody, Brenna, if we're gonna have a discussion, you need to be quiet when I'm talking because I'm quiet when you're talking.
Don't tell me how I'm supposed to think. I can think about. Hey guys, this is not fair. I stick around for your things.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, I have been quiet when you were talking. Can you please don't just give your little fills afterwards? You are allowed to do that, but there is no way that you can say that a person who is in the world elite only is there because of drugs, because it's not a magic potion. That's not how it works.
If I can play mediator, because you've already said that before, so let me play mediator. So what I'm hearing from Jartan is she does have some underlying skill and ability underneath the drugs that she's taking. And what Brenna is saying is it doesn't matter what that talent or skill was, because as soon as you start doping, it doesn't matter what skills you have, because you are you can no longer be recognized. Because like if someone's a fighter, right, and they're continually not making weight, well, I would have beat him because I have the skills and everything. I would have beat everybody. Yeah, but you didn't make weight, so you're disqualified. As soon as she dopes, she's disqualified. So her talent is useless because she shouldn't be able to compete because she doesn't meet the qualifications.
And can I interject with my thought on it? Is the talent can be there, but you don't know how much of that talent is being enhanced by an external substance. So I think that's where the crossover is not being met. Like you're both kind of coming at it like this, and
I agree with Wayne. We don't know how much of the talent is because of the performance enhancing drugs. I'm just saying that the blatant stating that we don't know if there is a talent is just a very oversimplification of the whole thing, because it's not a magic potion that just puts people, like, you couldn't put fucking skates on Wayne and say do this because he's had drugs. He would fall over and
don't know about my skating history, sunshine.
I mean,
it was a qualified guess. It was
nobody's good at dancing.
No, okay, but let's leave that. Let's leave that behind.
Well, let's work on that bridge where it is a percentage. There is a percentile.
No, what I'm saying is she has a certain amount of talent. Otherwise, she wouldn't be where she is.
I never said that she didn't. I said that I don't know how much it is because she has been enhanced.
So basically, you are both agreeing. You are both agreeing.
Okay. So now we're in agreement on that. We're in agreement on this. But here's the deal. You said there is no way that you can take these drugs without knowing about it. We know from history.
No, I didn't. I said I actually made a thought experiment about somebody not knowing. And I said, you have to know. I said that.
Yes, yeah,
I did.
Because I actually said the words, we're doing a thought experiment now.
Yes.
I put my thinking cap on, I remember.
I said that if there is a chance that she didn't know, that is ridiculous. And so as a minor, it shouldn't matter whether or not she knew about taking the drugs or not, which means the responsible parties around her, at minimum, the responsible parties around her knew what they were doing.
You're both actually in agreement. Both in agreement.
They put her in danger regardless. They fucked up her health.
Yep.
Because Jartan, you cited the old bodybuilder from back in the day, and you also cited the drugs program. Now, if that is still going on, how is this 15-year-old girl to know whether she is, if she's under duress and just doing as she's told? So you are both in agreement,
Yeah,
but you're kind of butting heads about
yeah,
it.
but but here's the deal. She doesn't know what goes into her body because somebody else tells her
Mhm.
what pills to take. She doesn't know if they're vitamins or what they are. She doesn't know what's in, the slushy that she gets in the morning. She has no fucking idea because she's being told by somebody else to do it. This is a systemic
It's
problem.
part of their
and
culture. It's actually a part of
yes,
their culture.
and
Yeah.
it's been a part of their culture since the 50s. It's been
Oh,
going
yeah.
on since the 50s. And even before that, but only in the 50s did we start drug testing, right? Up until the 50s, everybody was on drugs all of the fucking time because we didn't actually have an enforcement against doping in the Olympics or the World Cup or anything at all. Everybody was doing everything all of the time.
Mm.
What I'm saying is, the
They got
fact
rich.
that the International Olympic Committee, the IOC, still allows Russian athletes under any flag, under any
Mhm.
parole at all, compete in the Olympics is a fucking travesty, and it's all about corruption, and it's
Yep.
all about fucking money.
Whole
And
And I
no,
this
no, no,
this
give me a
is
second, give me a
no,
second, give me a
no,
second,
this
give me a
is
second. I'm not done. I'm not done.
I want to make sure that we expand on this. Yes, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah. So it's a fucking travesty that she was allowed to be there at all. There are amazing athletes that are probably doing everything that they can, that are born under a Russian flag of some sort, in Russian territory of some sort. There are. I am sure there are. And they're doing everything they can. The problem is that we cannot compete, we cannot have competition where you are always trying to circumvent the rules and cheat on such a systemic scale that your actual fucking country gets banned, but your athlete gets
free pass.
a free pass, and then they keep getting caught. It's just we have to
This
do something, and we
Yeah.
have to do the same thing that we did back in the 60s and the 70s when we tried to come
Do you
to
remember it?
protect young Soviet women. No, these young Soviet men and women who were doped out of their head, who actually fucking lost the ability to father and mother children because of the drugs that were put into their bodies, and they're doing the same fucking thing now. And it's not only Russia, by the way, fucking China, fucking Japan. There is a lot of fucking countries, and USA is also a part of this problem, especially in the gymnastics team, which it has a huge fucking problem with they're not doing doping, but they're doing a health regime that is very unhealthy to young women.
And they also do a lot of bad things as well.
Yeah,
well, they
yeah,
do
but
bad things to their athletes.
Mm.
yeah, yeah,
There's,
but
I mean,
so
frankly, there's a lot of abuse that's
Yeah.
going on.
So what I was trying to get at is that IOC, the International Olympic Committee, need to stop worrying about which country pays them the most, give them the nicest car when they get into the country, and start fucking taking care of the people that bring the money in, the fucking athletes, right? Why the fuck do we have Olympics in fucking China where fucking people died hand over fucking fist building those fucking arenas? When we
Dude,
do,
dude,
no,
why
because no,
why
do
have
you
we
know
got the
what
foot?
Oslo
Why have we
said?
got the World Cup in Qatar?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
that's
that too,
corruption in
but
the highest.
different episode. But Oslo tried to
That was last week too.
no, Oslo tried to get the 2022 Olympics, right? You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
But they couldn't meet the requirements of the IOC higher ups, right? They couldn't give them the best hotels, and
Wait, you took my gesture away from me.
yeah. They had to have like a
Exactly.
fast lanes and helicopters to take them between arenas because Norway is quite an inaccessible fucking country because of all the hills and all the mountains and all of that. So all
Bifrost.
of the
Yeah.
yes, they couldn't.
Wow, my
fucking
country is so beautiful.
No,
and
no, no,
so
no, no.
There's
But
so many beautiful mountains, and we don't
I said,
really develop because we're pretty out here.
yeah, it's inaccessible. But so they give it to fucking China.
Yeah.
we know are fucking killing their people hand over fucking fist. They have killed thousands of people building these goddamn arenas, and the IOC people are just sitting there going like,
Well,
It's our turn. It's our turn.
and-
You are. I can make you. I can make you.
yeah.
Sorry. Let me.
And I also
Back.
agitated now that I know that me and Brandon is on the same page. I also fucking I hate this. I hate this because the Olympics is it's supposed to be about sportsmanship. It's about coming together.
Yeah.
Let me.
But it's
I
about
mean, they had countries come together in the midst of global wars
Yeah.
to compete, and we are in a horrible time. I want to say this before we get kind of out of it. The level of corruption in choosing these places. China, yeah, they should be banned from their own Olympics, but they wouldn't. Russia, when they were doing their Olympics, should have been banned. And this is the thing. This is where it all comes down to. These people are paying the IOC lots of money so that they could do whatever the fuck they want. They could kill their own citizens, right? They could lock them up. They could starve them. But the IOC can't do anything. They can't say you're banned from your own Olympics.
Go ahead, Wayne.
Yes, sir.
I would like to give you a more recent sign of corruption in a country where we think everything is above board and cushy, right? London 2012.
Wow.
London 2012, we had the VIP thing was supposed to be, it was tantamount to we had to get this in. So we had lanes dedicated on major roads specifically for VIPs. You could not drive in these lanes because they were dedicated for people shuttling people around, important people.
Yeah, this was what I was talking about when Oslo said no to. This is what like brought the whole 2022 Oslo Olympics to a dead halt. It was like, we cannot do that. We do not have multi-lane highways going to these places. We can't shut it down, which basically would shut down traffic one way. We can't do that because of the way that our country is built. There's no way.
Yeah.
And then they started talking about helicopters. And sorry.
It seems to be that these big committees or these like FIFA or the IOC, they're like basically everyone's whoring themselves out to them to get this event there, to get eyeballs on them so they can basically make money off the back of it. But to do that, they have to basically bend the knee, just kiss the ring.
Yeah.
To get these things.
Snow.
Exactly, and the thing that that's why I was quick to highlight the London Olympics, because obviously we're seen as this bastion of truth and justice. It's all bollocks.
Who told you that?
No, internationally, I'm kind of getting at, because when you take the Qatari World Cup and compare it with the Olympics in London 2012, you'd think, well, that's weird having football in Qatar when they're not exactly a footballing nation. They don't know, they haven't got an internationally recognised team or anything like that. So that's a bit weird. But then when you compare it to London and you go, oh yeah, but that's London. But the corruption is the same. And that's why there was FBI raids on so many FIFA higher ups, because they knew there's people in prison now because of it, taking like literally brown bags of money to get their vote. There's documentaries about it.
How do you know that wasn't sandwiches?
Because of the money inside it.
Because of the smell of the money.
No, but
because it was filled with cash and there was no space left for sandwiches.
But we are trying to pretend there's a difference between how FIFA is run and how IOC is run.
No, they're the same. I'm not saying it's different. I'm saying the same.
And maybe they're just doing it different. Maybe it's not brown envelopes full with cash. but the corruption is exactly the same. The fact that we are trying to have in one of the driest fucking places on earth where it's going to be 40 plus degrees Celsius, we're going to have a World Cup of football.
Mhm.
Yes.
Is it just
That's
it
disgusting.
it boggles the mind. If you have you seen what happened to after the Olympics in Rio de Janeiro?
Yeah, it's fucked. It's fucked. Completely
It
fucked.
was destroyed.
It is absolutely like all, and they killed again. They killed people building these arenas
There's
that are
swimming pools full of
abandoned.
sludge.
They're abandoned.
Mm.
There
Yep.
is no use for them. So here's still like, why would we give it to Brazil? Right? Yes, because some fucking megalomaniac that had too much money and was in power at the time just spewed money on the IOC and then he got it. The good thing about giving it to countries like Norway or maybe Germany or countries that can afford to do it in a responsible way. No, it won't be as fucking spectacular. It won't be thousands of kids being whipped to beating a drum at the same time, like in fucking China or in Soji, where we just drug everybody to think that they're doing it at the same time, but everybody's just being induced with some hallucinogenic fucking gas that comes out of our TVs. I don't know. The point I'm trying to make is
Do you have one
we
of those?
need.
Can I get that?
I would fucking wish.
Dude, that would be fucking sweet ass.
No, but
That's the way.
what I'm saying is
Tell me
the
more.
countries that have this should not be the countries that need it the most. It should be the countries that have the infrastructure, that have
There's the
the
word.
and the fucking economy to pull it through and actually have it work afterwards. Did you know that Norway last had the Olympics, the Winter Olympics, back in Lillehammer in 1994, and almost every one of those facilities that they built are still in use today. They are still being used today. They are used for the cross country ski World Cup. They're used for Alpine World Cup. They're used for the all of these different things. They're still being used. They're still there, and people are using them. It's not like Rio de Janeiro, where it's just falling apart because nobody fucking cares. Which is going to happen after 3,000 people? It's more than 3,000 people. But all these people died in Qatar, building these arenas. Nobody's going to go to Qatar to play football after that. Go ahead, Brenna. Sorry, I've taken all too much time.
One of the only countries or cities that ever really that does not have to build extra infrastructure for Olympics or international events is Los Angeles.
I knew it.
Because it's because we already have the facilities and they're so
Put
close
yourself
together.
over, Brenna. Put yourself over.
Oh, let me guess, Brenna. What's the Olympics now? You got everything already. You have
All the weather, fires.
That would be 2028 Los Angeles Olympics.
No,
but
just letting you guys know.
but
we also are getting the World Cup, part of the World Cup. So I mean,
we got the Super
there's-
Bowl. What else
yeah,
do
we
you
got the
want?
Super Bowl
You got
because
like
we built
58 teams in your state. Stop, greedy.
because we got the infrastructure, and it's cheaper if you already have the infrastructure. The SoFi Stadium is being used to death. So
Rest in
we we are going to be we're one of the very few cities in the world that doesn't need to build extra facilities in order to have these major competitions. So we are like, if we're going to be doing that, it's going to be mostly Los Angeles. Obviously not going to happen, because if every 4 years we ended up with the Olympics, we would all die.
That'll
But
be fine.
we don't need you.
What's the worst that could happen?
I'm just what I'm
Forest
saying
fires?
is,
Well, it could be
Yes.
worse.
Let's hope for that San Andreas fault line to kick off.
Before you
Exactly.
move on,
Thank you,
Brenna.
guys.
Before you move on, I totally agree with you. I think that the right way to go about it, because I know that all the facilities to have a Winter Olympics are in place. In maybe it should be a joint venture between Norway and Sweden. That would be fantastic. That would, the winter is already here. The snow is already here. We have the
And they're
facilities.
doing that in Italy in 4 years. They're doing
Yes,
dual cities.
yes.
There's a
Uh, uh,
reason.
uh, yeah, there's a reason for that. But the requirement for you to be eligible to apply to be an Olympic city should be that you already have the working facilities. The facilities are already there and they're working. Like you might have to, tweak it a little bit to facilitate the enormous amount of people, but not like we're doing in Qatar or China or Sochi,
Right.
where you build entire cities, where you
Yeah.
build entire.
I have an alternative plan here, and I think everyone can agree on this. I think it'll work. And we build an island, and we call it the Olympic Village. It'll be its own little state. You can make it like, there's got to be somewhere out in the middle of the ocean that we can just like put up some of those fucking what's it called, and then you fly everybody in like what's it
Mikey.
called, like a game of death.
Mikey, we know a guy.
Yeah,
I mean,
we
there
can
is
use
an island.
We can use Ginger Island. There we go. We can host the Olympics from now on at Ginger Island. Graham, we need to borrow your island, mate.
Yeah, we can build it.
And they will
Basically,
come.
basically, what you are suggesting is a real live war zone on Ginger Island where athletes kill each other.
Yes.
No,
Game of-
Okay.
no,
Let the odds forever be in your
Battle
favor.
Royale. Battle Royale.
There you
Yeah,
go.
we'll just do it like Apex Legends or fucking Call of Duty or something like that.
And you can juice as much as you like.
Mhm.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
You can
But
take whatever
only
perform
send
enhancing stuff you want.
one athlete.
But one rule, no mocking Jays. Saw how that turned out.
Yeah,
People start working together and cheating
Dude,
and shit.
we all know how this is going to end. It's always going to be the Canadian ice hockey team who wins it every time. Look, those guys know how to fight. They've done it their entire fucking life. Until some guy with a curling ball fucking breaks all their legs.
A curling ball.
What's it called? Curling rock?
It's a stone.
What's it called?
It's
I don't know.
stone.
You tried
Well,
too hard. You were right there
Fucking
already. You
hell.
already had it. You already
And you're
had
from
Oh,
Norway.
all right.
it. The land of curling.
That's where they invented it.
We also
the curling Hall of Fame is
invented,
down the street.
like, we own all the cool sports: cross country skiing, chess.
You didn't invent
curling.
chess.
Cool.
Really,
So,
street
make sure those
transport.
quotes are up in the air between
Yeah.
around cool.
Yeah, you
Wow.
also invented
Street-
pocket. You also invented pocket protectors. Get out of here, fucking.
Yeah. And
Or
onesies. And onesies.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. Corruption everywhere. I'm actually I hate to throw this conspiracy theory out, but
Ooh, wait.
I think the actual reason why the Russian athlete was allowed to compete is that because there's a geopolitical issue going around with Russia and Ukraine,
What?
and they wanted to not piss off Putin more than we pissed him off.
What are you
But
talking about? I kept
that's
that quiet.
I second
there's
that.
nothing going on, I swear. There's nothing going on. There's no
Something off.
Ukraine.
Something kicking off over
And
there.
yeah, all right. So before we end, I just want to put this out there. If you're a representative of FIFA or IOC, you just have to go into the Bin Podcast, patreon.com/TheBinPodcast, and put a piss ton of money in. Yeah, I am also willing to send you my PayPal. It's KJRTN.
Look at him. Look at him.
I'm just gonna get this
And
segue in. Just
we can do something about this. We can change this segment. All you have to do is go to patreon.com.
We will remove this.
Yes. No, we
We
won't.
will remove this from the internet.
Yes.
And then sing your
Jartan,
praises.
Jartan, there's a fella at the door. He's got a cup of polonium for you.
Only found in
Brenna
Russia.
will let you know when the pledges are high enough for us to remove this.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're as corruptible as
Look at Mikey.
If you missed it, it's patreon.com/TheBinPodcast. Just go in there, put your pledges in, and we'll make sure that it gets removed at some point.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Yeah.
Before we go, I just want to touch on my subject we haven't actually got time for,
Ooh.
but Prince Andrew.
Yeah, let's talk about this. This is
Yeah, let's touch.
fantastic. This is
Prince
yeah,
Andrew of our illustrious royal
let's
family.
inappropriately touch.
HR.
Yeah, I think someone needed HR back in the day.
Yeah.
So what we're talking about is Prince Andrew, the Queen's son. You know, the one that's never going to be king.
I just can't wait
You just can't be king.
to be king.
Former associate of Ghislaine Maxwell and who is that? Epstein twat. There are calls for clarity over Prince Andrew's role in the public life, as he will be funding. How he will fund a financial settlement after settling the U.S. civil sexual case brought by Virginia Giuffre. Now, I'm not going to read any more of that because that's pretty much what it is. Now, how do you settle a case if you have no case to answer?
Legal speak.
Come on.
Legal speak. Even if I accuse you of something and we take it to trial, there's still a case.
Yeah.
I could be completely lying. You still have a case.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if he purposely said that he wanted to go to a jury trial, he said that on the record, and then the next thing you know, he's settling.
No, it's lawyer speak. It's lawyer speak. Okay, so here's the deal, right? So as soon as you get sued, a lot of matters become public record, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So as a royal family who is financed by your tax pounds, right?
Shit
Whatever
from
you
me.
pay. Yes. But what they get paid, and whatever they do is not a part of public record. Parliament tells them this is your budget for the next 4 years or whatever, and then they don't have to actually tell people what they use that money for.
That's not 100% true because they have private interest as well. Like the Duchy of Lancaster is like the biggest landlord in the country.
Yeah, I know. What I'm saying is, when the money leaves Parliament, the royal family does not have to attest on where that money goes, right? They don't have to tell you what the butler makes or what they pay the butler. They don't have to give you every expense dollar. But when something like this comes out, and this is the thing, things become public record. Who gets flown where at any point, and then you have to disclose this. I am betting that he has been told by the lawyer team around him that we have information here that we don't want to disclose. That does not mean that I believe, for the first, full disclosure, I think Prince Andrew has done everything that he's been
allegedly.
Accused of. No. I said I believe that he has done everything that he has been accused of.
Okay. Do we need to put a
you don't have to
in
put
there?
no. You don't have to put allegedly because I said
No.
This is my personal belief. I've said I personally believe that he is guilty of everything that he has been accused of. So, on that, when you do one of these deals, right, you do it because there might be information there that is damageable to somebody
Damaging
else
to the
or
brand.
yeah, but we don't know what the reasoning is. There might be a million reasons why the lawyer said take the deal. We don't want this out there. We don't want these things on public record. This is why a lot of smaller companies that are worth a lot of money don't go into IPOs. Why they don't go into the stock market? Because as soon as you go into the stock market, you have to disclose things. When you go into court, you have to disclose things.
She's also had to sign a gagging order until after the Queen's Jubilee. So that to me says more than anything.
Which is standard for anybody who takes a deal like this. It's happened in so many cases. How do you think fucking what's his name of the Hollywood producer who got away with stuff for 30 fucking years, right? Who
Weinstein.
Weinstein, who got the NDAs on all of these women, right? This is a standard fucking thing, right? But this has also happened to people who have been proven innocent.
I never knew we had this on our show. We've got Jartan McBeal. It's fantastic.
No, but I am flabbergasted that people are so. As I said, I believe that Prince Andrew is guilty.
Yes, I know. Stop saying the questionable legal thing over and over again.
Yes.
No, I said I believe. So
I
we're
get it,
only
but
one
we
liable
haven't-
here.
Jartan, when you come to London and you see my head on a pike in the Tower of London, your fault.
Yes.
I'll take that.
I'm sorry, Wayne. I didn't mean to put your head on a pike.
But here, the deal is that this is not a very. This is a very common deal to make, and the NDA is very static. And there is just because you made this deal is not proof of anything.
But you believe it.
No matter what I believe, it's not proof. It doesn't prove anything. It does not prove anything. So
Jartan believes it. I'm me and Lizzie. Yep.
What is that? Your balls in her fist? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know how many laws are being broken right
now. Enough rules are being broken. All right, let's wrap this thing on up and go home before we actually get MI6 fucking storming fucking.
James Bond swinging through the window.
I'm just waiting for a man in a suit being behind all of us going like and that will. All right. So this has been episode number
4
of
series 2.
Series 2 of the Ben podcast called
Triple Sow Cow.
Triple Sow Cow for Mikey, for Brenna, for Wayne. We all want to say fuck the IOC, fuck FIFA, fuck Prince Andrew, fuck Joe Rogan.
Whoa. No. Andy, carry on. Just leave me be.